Alright guys, it is time for the best segment of the week. It's Dirt Sheet Busters. BG, just me and you, buddy. As usual.
Hell yeah.
Us against the world.
Always.
No anchor holding us down.
I wish you would retire. I know I say that every time, but I really wish you would retire from the show. He sucks.
Speaking of people who suck and are an anchor on their industry, a lot of lies over the past few weeks, because, we haven't had a quote-unquote live show in a few weeks of, getting the up-to-date information. So I've been sitting on some stuff for a week at this point.
This will be fun.
Yeah. Let's get into it. This first one's from Voices of Wrestling and Bodyslam.net, two of the heavy hitters in this wrestling journalism world. WWE is trying to discredit someone who discredits themselves whenever they open their big fucking mouth. What do you know about that?
You know what? I think Donnie can relate, and that's why he's not here.
Yeah, that's true. Hit a little too close to home.
Yeah.
Multiple claims have been made that WWE have orchestrated a campaign to discredit Dave Meltzer in recent months. Can
I stop you there, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
I hope that is true. Because Triple H already one of my favorites. That would just, take him to the next level.
Yes. Anything to make Dave Meltzer look stupid, I'm all in. But the thought that Dave hasn't been discrediting himself for decades at this point is hilarious. The campaign has revolved around Kevin Owens and his WWE contract status, with the former Universal Champion revealing earlier this year that his contract expired in early 2025. Reports in recent weeks have since noted, though, that Owens has either already re-signed or is close to re-signing, with Dave Meltzer himself reporting in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that he was told by multiple people dating back to Bash in Berlin that Owens is believed to have signed a new deal, but it was being kept very quiet. There's been no official confirmation that Owens has re-signed with WWE, however, and Joe Lanza has now claimed on the Voices of Wrestling flagship podcast that one reason for the lack of an announcement is WWE are looking to discredit Dave Meltzer. Here's the quote. I got tipped off last week that Kevin Owens has been signed for months, but WWE isn't leaking that to their media. They want to report that. They're waiting it out because they want Meltzer to start opining or suggesting that AEW could get in the mix and maybe sign him. He already did that, by the way.
Yeah, he's been there for a month or two, I feel like.
Because then they'll leak out that Owens is signed because it makes it look like Meltzer is wrong. He often is. That's the games they play. But I think Dave either got tipped off to the same information or he sniffed it out because he put out a report in the Observer. What a genius he is. Cassidy Haynes with Bodyslam.net. He's the author of hits such as Saudi Arabia has purchased WWE and Andrade and Charlotte got divorced. He later noted about Lanza's report, this is basically what I had heard as well. The cops coming to arrest these fucking bums. So, this is funny for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Dave, so until it kind of became a little obvious that Kevin Owens probably has re-signed, or is about to re-sign, he was all in on the, AEW is going to make a big play for him train. 100%. It's out there. But I think what WWE has done here is they're running an angle with Kevin Owens, where they're doing this thing where Kevin Owens attacked Cody, and, WWE's trying to keep it hush-hush, and he's like, I don't feel respected in this company. They're running a CM Punk, Summer Punk type of angle, where that's obviously true. Owens is gonna, tease leaving the company. So, that's not a gotcha on the dirt sheets, that's them running a fucking angle based on real life. So, how is that them trying to discredit Dave Meltzer? If Dave Meltzer was reporting that he's going to go to AEW, that's on Dave Meltzer. It's not on WWE.
That's
to
true.
Run their company and to run their storylines the way they want to run them. And running them smartly, by the way, because if it's out there that Kevin Owens' contract is up on this date, and they're running an angle like this, then it makes people think.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. So
these guys are idiots.
Yeah, and I hope that he resigns and then Dave looks like an even bigger idiot. So there you go.
That's always nice.
This next one's from WrestleVotes. One of WWE's top stars is going to be in a top match at WrestleMania. Do you believe that?
Oh, good for them.
Do you think
I don't know, John Cena one time wasn't even allowed in the building.
John Cena one time said he was going to be in the Battle Royal. Remember that? That was 3 years in a row he kept saying it. Never happened. They should do it this year, though. It was reported recently that that she might be back in the mix by November, though Charlotte Flair herself remained coy about a return date, saying that she didn't want to ruin the surprise. On WrestleVotes Radio on Backstage Pass, an update was provided on WWE's plans for Flair and when they expect her to come back. It is said that WWE has Flair penciled in for a major match at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, with it being likely that she'll be featured near the top of the card on one of the two nights. After being asked about if Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair was possible for WrestleMania, WrestleVotes said, "Another WrestleMania question, that's a good one. I haven't heard too much about potential women's matches at WrestleMania. I do know that Charlotte Flair is going to be in the fold and at the top of any women's wrestling card that they present for WrestleMania."
Wow, good for her.
Which has been the case every year that she's been in WWE.
That's true. Yeah. And you would think that if she's coming back from an injury, that typically they were put in a big spot.
Mm-hmm. She's faced.
Just historically, as WWE does.
Sasha and Becky and Bayley and Ronda and Rhea and Asuka and all the top stars.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Every single year.
Yeah, wow.
So let's report that she's going to be at a top match. Thank you.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, me too.
I agree with it.
Me too. This is from Wrestling Observer Newsletter. WWE is going to sometimes allow blading now, per our eyes. Crazy that this is out now.
Yep. I feel like it's been happening for a couple of years.
It absolutely has. Brock was even allowed to do it sometimes, for sure.
Absolutely. Do it the hard way, if you need to.
Whilst WWE has operated Where are we? This is America. Whilst WWE has operated a no bleeding policy for several years, it seems as though these rules have been relaxed a little, with Dave Meltzer reporting in the Wrestling Observer Newsletter that intentional bloodletting will be allowed, and I quote, bloodletting, in major matches now that Vince McMahon is gone, but the plan is not to overdo it.
Smart.
You know, we've seen it.
Yeah.
We're aware.
Thanks, Dave.
Wasn't worth reporting.
No, it wasn't.
BG, you ready for the honorary Dirt Sheet Buster of the week?
Hit me.
It's AJ Styles.
Oh, our good buddy. Yeah. I love AJ.
By the way, this is the first...
I can't believe he's really hurt, by the way. We were a little wrong about that one.
Very sad about that.
So
they literally planned for him to have a fake injury, and he got for real injured.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. See, that's why you don't mess around when it comes to injury angles.
Facts. This is the first of 3 honorary Dirt Sheet Busters.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
A lot of busting. The TNA Hall of Fame saw 2 members added this year, with Bob Ryder and Rhino receiving the honor. However, 2 other names, AJ Styles and Monty Brown, were also under serious consideration for induction, though neither made it to the final cut this year.
Oh, wow.
According to Fightful Select, TNA broached the possibility of inducting AJ Styles with WWE, but the offer was declined. While no official reason was given, it was believed that it could be linked to AJ's recent injury or his involvement in an ongoing storyline in WWE. So, BG, when I read you that, you hear TNA approach WWE about AJ wanting to be in the Hall of Fame, and who turned TNA down?
They did.
They, as in?
The WWE Collective.
There you go, okay. That's what this reads as.
Yeah.
AJ Styles takes to Twitter, and he says, "I'm still an active wrestler, I hope. You better be. I made the decision not to go into the TNA Hall of Fame, not WWE."
Oh, shit. So we're trying to make Triple H look like a bad guy, even though they have a working relationship with TNA, clearly, per my eyes.
Yep.
Wow, AJ made the decision. How do you feel about the, Ray went in as a current wrestler to the Hall of Fame? How do you feel about that stuff?
I think in special circumstances, I don't mind it. Like, the thing with Ray, I really didn't mind it, because they were able to, run an angle with it, too. Like, Dominic walks out, and then they face each other the next night at WrestleMania, so I thought that was pretty cool. For the most part, I wouldn't do it, but I would get it for, TNA with AJ, if they wanted to do that. I mean, because you're going to get more buzz while he's an active wrestler than, once he retires. So.
That's true.
But for the most part, I would usually wait.
Yeah, I agree.
He finishes by saying, "I appreciate TNA, but I don't want to go into any Hall of Fame as long as I'm still active. My choice."
Boom.
After the fact, Sean Sapp, he did a little tweet. He's like, "Oh, this was corrected by AJ Styles. And he kind of like tried to give a little fucking excuse for it, and then he's like, "Oh, our mistake, though."
Yeah, that is your mistake. What do you mean?
He's really been. He doesn't even try to hide the bias at this point, and I think maybe he used to at some point, but he doesn't anymore. Like the thing that came out today with WWE, WWE ID, where they're going to be kind of like partnering with some wrestling schools and making it an easier pathway for independent wrestlers to potentially make it to WWE. Giving them access to trainers and training and facilities and stuff like that. Smart idea. Cool. Very smart idea.
Good for them.
On WWE's part. You have the Performance Center and you can train people from the ground up, and then you have this system where you can, get people who are from the independent ranks. And, all the AEW fans who are bad faith AEW fans will say, this is the end of the indies. And tons of independent wrestlers are tweeting, "Oh, this is so great! This is awesome! Gives us a chance to get to WWE and become contracted wrestlers and chase our dreams." Where do you think Sean Sapp lays on that? Because he's supposedly a very pro-worker, pro-wrestler, right?
I guess the former.
It's the former because he did this long-ass fucking tweet about it.
Oh. I understand. It's like an internship.
He's like, this one thing about it is good, but I have blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, the wrestlers want it. So...
I mean, if you don't want to participate, you don't have to participate.
Exactly, and not every indie is going to be participating.
Yeah.
They named, I think, 5 schools that are registered as WWE ID wrestling schools. So if people want that path to WWE, they can choose one of those schools, and it gives you a better chance, I would think. If you don't want to do that, go somewhere else. Not hard. It's called free will.
Correct there. So I'm reading Sean Ross Sapp's, that's why I was silent, I was reading his Twitter feed. Yep. I did come across, someone reached out to him, was like, did you reach out to AJ Styles before your original report? And he's like, sure did.
He reached out or he spoke to him?
He said he reached out to AJ.
Well, he couldn't have spoke to him because I don't think AJ Styles told him one thing and then said another. So there you go. I question. I certainly don't think he talked to AJ Styles before he went with the story, which is something we talk about all the time. Like,
yeah, I doubt it.
All right, you ready for the next honorary douche of the week?
Hell yeah, hit me! I can't wait.
It's Samantha Irvin.
Oh.
Samantha Irvin will be pursuing.
She's doing a lot of tweeting lately.
Like so much.
Yeah.
More than I've ever seen anybody do. More Elon Musk levels of tweeting. Doesn't that guy have like fucking companies to run? Jesus, all I see is his fucking stupid ass tweets.
I don't know, Twitter blows.
Samantha Irvin will be pursuing projects outside of WWE following her resignation from the company, according to Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez on the Wrestling Observer Radio. Irvin is not planning to join All Elite Wrestling. She's got some outside projects she wants to do, apparently. Couldn't come to terms with how it worked with WWE, and off she goes, Alvarez said. Meltzer added, she's actually been thinking about it for a year. She wants to get more involved with her music. It was just something she had been talking about for a long, long time, and finally pulled the trigger on it. It's not like planning on going to AEW, not saying 100% that she won't go. Ricochet actually tweeted that she's not going, and it's not her intention to go there. Okay, so basically what they're trying to say is she wanted to do more outside stuff with her music. They couldn't make a schedule work with WWE, and that's why she left. Samantha Irvin did a lot of tweets. I'll tell you one, and then we can expand on it. Here's the main one that debunks this. I'm obsessed with wrestling, and I'm a perfectionist. I'm a performer. I'm a vocalist. I wanted to show I had a mind for wrestling. It backfired. I had other goals in wrestling. I have no outside projects. Now I'm just going to be at home with my daughter. So,
oh my god.
100%.
So the whole thing that Meltz was basing this on, she denied, actually.
Right. And she also explained exactly what happened. It had nothing to do with outside projects. She said, I don't like ring announcing. Wow. I love wrestling, don't like ring announcing, didn't want to be a ring announcer, want to do something else, maybe be a manager. WWE didn't see me in that capacity, so I decided to leave.
Wow.
Had nothing to do with outside projects whatsoever, despite these claims right here.
It's pretty weird that WWE did not see her in any other role.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what went into that, I guess. But basically what she said, and I combed through some of these tweets, and like we said, there's many of them. Basically what she said is, like, sometimes you have to leave to allow them to see. So I think that there's a potential for something in the future with her in WWE. But I don't know. I guess at this point in time, they didn't want it. You ready for the coup de grace?
Hell yeah. Double stomach.
It's another honorary dirt sheet match of the week, and it is...
That's fun.
The Rock.
Oh, the great one?
The great one. This dropped probably a couple days after we last recorded.
Oh.
And I've been waiting for this one, baby. The Rock returned after the climax of the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes vs. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu main event. I would say he was the climax.
He was definitely the climax.
With ensuing reports suggesting Rock, Reigns, and Rhodes could be set to face off in a triple threat action at Mania in April 2025.
That'd be wild.
That'd be awesome. Further reports from Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter suggest that this is not a lock, and as of writing, The Rock is not scheduled for the event.
What?
Although this can obviously change.
What?
Meltzer suggested that sources within WWE with an old school mentality didn't like the fact the multi-time WWE champion stole the show at Bad Blood without intending to follow up with a match, with the source allegedly stating he's not going to be able to do Mania. He already gave word that he wouldn't be able to do that match. Now,
what?
This came down,
That's
and
insane, Mike.
I think we were all collectively like, this sounds like total bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit, because he was obviously heavily involved with last WrestleMania, had a match, talked to Cody Rhodes, the next night on Raw, said, you know, we're gonna fucking meet down the line, comes back at Bad Blood to have this little interaction with Cody and Roman and do the 1-2-3 throat slash, which suggests a triple threat for the title. Okay, all systems are go, right? And then Mel tells us no. He told WWE he can't do it. Which, even if he ends up not being able to do it, which again I don't think will be the case, I don't think he would tell them that now, because he came in late in the game last year. If he wants to do it, he'll do it. But this didn't smell right from the start, the Meltz reporters, they often don't. And then we had this follow-up. The Rock appeared to dismiss the report, telling a fan on Instagram, "Don't believe any of that bullshit."
Oh!
Somebody asked him about it in a comment on Instagram. He said, "Don't believe any of that bullshit." In an update, Dave Meltzer has since stated on Wrestling Observer Radio that The Rock was not confirmed from WrestleMania as of Thursday, October 10th. Here's a quote from Meltz. "I know that he was not confirmed for the show as of Thursday, so if something changed, I'll find out. But if he wants to do it, he's doing it. It's up to him. They want to know, obviously, going into the Royal Rumble where they're going, and at that point, we'll see." You just told us he said flat out he's not doing it. You didn't tell us he wasn't confirmed. You said it's not happening.
Wow. Rough week for Meltz.
What a switch up that is. Those are two very different things.
How
to say not confirmed and then say not happening.
Yeah, he's the worst.
He fucking blows. I'm glad more and more people see it, but it still doesn't matter because he has this weird fan base. They also happen to be the fan base of something else that, you know, and they're just all working together for whatever reason. It's very weird.
Terrible.
BG, how we do? Ooh, you better be at WrestleMania, Rock.